I'm a storyteller, and I tell stories that are, well, as someone once put it, rosenesque.
You can't just be normal and boring.
You can't really define it.
It's magic. It's crazy.
But you know it when you see it. Take a close look. Then stand back and get the big picture.
So this one is Van Gogh's painting of the Starry Night.
Now take a close look at the man who made it. Growing up with little hearing,
English was really hard for me.
English didn't come easy for Eric Jensen.
Art is my way to communicate.
Art did. Years later in college, he got a class assignment.
We had to take something that people don't want and make it into something they want. So I had an old keyboard. And he said, "That's so cool, do more."
And it grew into this.
So right here is about 1,500 keyboards right here.
With that key ingredient,
I go through about 150 to 200 keyboards a month.
a new career. For Jensen, it's a process.
Get computer keys, pop them all off, and then soak those in dyes. Most artists, they're more interested in the outcome. I'm more interested in the process. And it took me about 2 years to figure out how to do it, how to glue them. So it's been a really challenging process.
Now, what's right under our fingertips?
People connect to their keyboards. We write papers, we write love letters to each other.
Eric Jensen turns into great works of art.
So I'm working on The Great Wave by Hokusai from Michelangelo, The Creation of Adam. This is The Girl with a Pearl Earring by Van Meer. I splattered paint on the keys, and I wanted to follow Pollock's example.
Take a close look.
If people knew how hard I had to work to gain mastery
At an artist trying to master his medium.
it would not seem so wonderful at all.
Now step back and look at the big picture.
Well, I like to be different. I think life is too short. You can't just be normal and boring. The composition
At
and
a keyboard artist
nobody does that.
and long-distance unicyclist.
And so I did that. I rode starting in Provo, Utah, all the way up to the border of Canada.
A real original.
And I've always lived my life that way. I'm interested in trying new things, and
I don't have to spell it out.
it makes your life much more interesting.
You get the picture. Peter Rosen, KSL 5 News.
My name is Mike Clements. I'm a truck driver for Centauri Refrigerated.
Mike Clements has his eyes on the road and his head
When I was a kid,
in the stars.
I'd look out the window of my parents' house and I'd see this object. I later realized it was the planet Venus. I was so blown away. I was hooked on astronomy.
Mike Clements got telescopes, bigger and bigger ones,
Started looking at the stars, galaxies, planets.
until he got one big enough to earn him a nickname.
Yeah, a few years back, they called me 1 meter Mike.
1 meter Mike.
1 meter Mike.
It had a 40-inch, about 1 meter, mirror made by his friend Steve Dodds.
40 inches is pretty big.
40 inches is huge.
It was bigger than the largest public telescope in Utah, and Mike Clements drove it around in a pickup truck.
We would take it to rest stops, national parks.
Show people the stars, the planets through the telescope.
Do people usually haul around a 40-inch telescope?
Nobody does.
The thing is, Clements has a condition that afflicts many astronomers,
It's called aperture fever.
a craving for bigger and bigger telescopes.
It's an incurable condition.
Think of those mirrors as buckets.
That's what it is. It's a light bucket. The bigger the bucket, the more that light you'll scoop up and be able to focus.
One day, Dodds called him up.
I said, Mike, I found you a 70-inch mirror. It's completed and it's ready to go.
And what did he say?
He screamed.
He bought the mirror,
Every time I look at it, I'm amazed.
produced during the Cold War for a spy satellite.
I guess to read license plates, in Russia. Yeah.
Now Clements is building the actual telescope to hold the mirror.
Every dime he makes goes into the telescope project.
Do you think about this a lot?
Constantly. Oh yeah, beyond obsessed, if there are degrees of obsession.
Something he's designed
So you don't have any blueprints?
None.
It's all up there
Right,
in your head.
right. Weird, huh?
in his head.
He's got nothing on paper.
Nothing.
Nothing. He did make a model out of popsicle sticks.
When finished, it would be so big,
It's about 30 feet long.
so big.
It's too big.
It would be the biggest amateur telescope
To my knowledge.
in the world.
A private individual does not need a telescope this large. It's true.
So big, it would let him see things that haven't been viewed with the naked eye.
Galaxies, star clusters.
It's unlimited what you can see.
Because telescopes of this size are often used only for photography.
Astronomers don't look through telescopes.
Astronomers don't look through telescopes.
Professional ones.
A feeling of doing something that maybe, no human beings have done before, that's my thrill.
It looks like Mike Clements is going to need a new nickname.
70 inches is how many meters?
1.8, I believe. I don't know if that quite has the ring to it as 1 meter, Mike.
1.8 meter Mike?
I guess. There we go.
Peter Rosen, KSL 5 News. When you're all grown up, there's still a lot you can get out of an old children's book. Jorgen Madsen was in his first year of medical school when he started digging into Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Literally, inspired by a carved book in a movie.
And I thought it was like the coolest thing.
He used his lab tools to dissect the story. At the time, he had a secret.
It was something that I was terrified about for most of my life. I always thought that I was this evil, bad person because I had this bad secret.
And was deciding whether to tell people that he was gay.
Something I hated myself for, like I loathed myself.
This book art, a therapist suggested, might serve as more than a hobby. And out of a tale about a girl some say is growing up and searching for identity, he carved this.
Kind of talks about change and being different. And he says, "Who are you?" I'm not really sure who I am as of right now because I've changed so much. Being different from who you were yesterday or even this morning and how life is constantly changing. There's Alice talking to the Cheshire Cat saying, which way do I go? And the cat says, it all depends on where you want to end up. I realized I had all these questions and didn't know which path to pick, and then I had to finally ask myself, where do I want to end up?
He ended up out.
I decided I wanted to live an authentic life and live a hopeful life.
About to graduate from medical school, Madsen volunteers his time teaching science, helping LGBT youth, and seeing patients at the PrEP clinic he helped start. It provides a medicine that stops the spread of HIV.
It was a way that we could kind of have purpose and reach a population that is often marginalized. I want to live my life in a way that when I look back, say, like, that was a good life, that was an exciting life. I would rather rock the boat and make a difference than never cause a ripple.
And he still occasionally digs into an old book.
Lord of the Rushy River. So this is the Little Prince, this willow tree that I could put fireflies that were inside the book.
And pulls out something new.
Made me look for examples in different stories, maybe things that I didn't notice before. She says, "But what if I fall?" And so Peter says, "Oh, but my darling, what if you fly?" It's like the most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely.
Jorgen Madsen opened up an old children's book.
It's no use going back to yesterday.
Fell down a rabbit hole.
Because I was a different person then.
And came out, he says.
And while I've changed and chose paths, I actually, for the first time in my life, feel like I'm not a bad person. That I try to be a good person.
Feeling just fine. Peter Rosen, KSL 5 News.
I do. I love ribbon cuttings.
At the ceremonial opening of a new car dealership, Mallory Rogers does her duty as Miss Murray 2012.
Contestant number 10, Mallory Rogers.
A title she won after 4 years of trying, says pageant director Lisa Lloyd, with intelligence, self-confidence, and perseverance.
She's a determined young woman.
She's a fighter.
Mallory is a fighter.
A quality she's really worked on
Yes, every day.
at the gym.
Like the level of self-confidence that you have when you know that your body is strong and capable.
For years, Rogers danced,
Took my first dance class when I was about 3 years old.
and then she took up a different kind of footwork.
My dad was a boxer. My grandfather boxed in the Army. My uncle won 2 Dallas Golden Gloves. It never occurred to me that girls could box. I didn't even think that that was a possibility.
And then on a flight, she watched a movie, and she saw what was possible.
Yeah, I saw $1 Million Baby on an airplane, and I thought, I could do that. I could try that.
When she was 15, Rogers stepped into the ring.
I think it was the challenge that was appealing to me. It was something different. It was something totally out of my comfort zone. It's like playing violent chess. Yeah, it's not about beating somebody up. It's not about hurting your opponent. It's about out-strategizing them.
What did Mom think of that?
Her mom thought it was a phase.
Oh, it's a phase. It'll pass. That was my honest feeling.
Lisa Lloyd, who's coaching Rogers for the Miss Utah competition, thought,
Mallory, your face. You're in pageants.
I am afraid of getting hurt. Yeah, of course I am. Somebody's coming at me. You know, it's going to happen, and it has happened. I have been hurt. Just a lot of bruises, a lot of fat lips or black eyes.
Does Mom worry about her getting hurt?
I do, and she has received a concussion.
I passed out.
I
got knocked out.
I think that hopefully as it gets close to Miss Utah, that she will maybe lay off it for a while, because going to Miss Utah with a black eye would not be great.
I'm not a state queen. I'm not Miss America. If I have a black eye, that's who I am. The judges decided to make me Miss Murray for a reason, and I'm not going to hurry up and change who I am just so I can put a crown on my head.
Would you want her to change?
No, I wouldn't. I would not want Mallory to change at all. She wouldn't be happy.
on stage or in the ring, Mallory Rogers, now 21, remains true to herself. Even if she gets a black eye in the process.
This is my home, you know, a boxing bag, a boxing ring. It's where I feel like myself.
Peter Rosen, KSL 5 News. A Buddhist monk walks into a bar.
Totally seemed like two opposites.
That, for Brad Wheeler,
Right? Is that what you're saying?
is not the lead into a punchline, but a matter of life and death that begins when his best friend accidentally
If anybody was going to run me over,
ran him over.
I couldn't have picked a better person than Joe McQueen.
Then 96-year-old jazz saxophonist Joe McQueen,
We've been damn good friends, you know.
his friend for almost 20 years, the elder musician early on challenged Wheeler to make more of his time.
Talked to me one night about what do I do for other people. My answer was I worked in the bar. Joe challenging me to be more than just somebody walking through life.
Blues music as a tool to help you deal with bad stuff in your life.
That challenge led Wheeler to classrooms to teach more than 30,000 kids to play the blues. And when McQueen's car crushed his leg,
It was existential. I really thought, this is it.
McQueen challenged him again.
He's like, I feel horrible, but I think that this is happening for a reason. It's gonna take you a while to figure it out. I don't know when, but you will understand.
Seeking relief from emotional scars from the accident, PTSD,
Panic attacks, and I couldn't speak, and I would cry.
Wheeler took a suggestion and made his way here to the Two Arrows Zen Center
I think I sat right, this cushion right here.
to learn to meditate.
Something started to happen.
He calmed his brain
If you just be quiet, you can feel it.
and began to understand that he was responsible for his own suffering.
I can feel right now, like everything is so beautiful if you just sit still and watch life unfold. There's just so much to be grateful for.
And in 2021, he was ordained.
Everybody together, everybody together.
So Wheeler is the monk and the blues man, and doesn't find the two all that different.
They're both dealing with the transmutation of suffering. All the doctors you can hire, all the medicine you can buy, you gotta take sick and die one of these days. It's not light stuff. Life is tough. And I think a blues guy would tell you that. I think a Buddhist would tell you that too. But it's also beautiful.
The monk lives as if he's going to die. The blues man plays as if every song is his last.
Joe knew everybody had a burden, and he was trying to help me lay my burden down. And that's what I'm trying to do for others. There's so much to be grateful for. We're so lucky that we're sitting here having this conversation. Life's gonna be over like that. All we have is this.
Peter Rosen, KSL 5 News.
Charles Dickens, Edgar Allan Poe.
Ken Sanders surrounds himself with great stories.
Zane Grey, Western. Nancy Drew's our poetry section.
Lots of them.
There are approximately 100,000 books here in the shop.
But some of the most interesting chapters here are Sanders' own.
My mother always claimed I was born with a book in my hand.
He's been in the book trade.
I was wheeling and dealing comic books in grade school.
Since the beginning.
By the time I was 15 or 16, I was selling Lewis Carroll and Maxfield Parrish and underground comic books, all of that kind of material through mail order.
He's been a head shop bookseller.
Gay and lesbian, metaphysics, New Age. I knew Ed pretty well.
One of Edward Abbey's publishers.
A 10th anniversary edition.
And it was during a difficult chapter.
I got divorced. I lost my house.
That he ended up here.
Had you been thinking about starting a bookstore?
He came to this building to collect on a debt.
No, there was no plan. Yeah, what I was thinking about was emigrating to Australia and leaving this country.
And stayed for Ken Sanders' rare books.
This is the old David Munch one.
Utah.
That's he did 2 of them.
Perfect.
I just opened this on a wing and a prayer, and we built it up from nothing. Value at retail.
These books made him a
$1,000 to
public TV appraiser, made him a lead character in a detective story.
Obsessively
a real one.
Chased him for 3 years.
Tracking down a notorious book thief.
Wallace Stegner, Margaret Atwood, Ray Bradbury.
And brought him face to face.
The last time Wendell Berry was here.
With names he'd only seen on book covers.
How could I have ever come into contact with their lives without the words, the pages, the books between us?
Ken Sanders has seen the signs. He doesn't expect his brick and mortar store will survive what developers have planned for the block.
It's all in here. I don't have any money. I got a lot of books. And they're harder and harder to sell. That's Abbey and Crum at Courthouse Towers.
But all those books, those stories...
Books are cultural artifacts. Books are time machines.
What do books mean to you?
Life.
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 The next chapter will certainly include plenty of those.
It's my equivalent of a Mormon food storage program. Man, they don't eat all that grain they keep in the cellar, right? It's for the future. So how could one possibly have too many books? Inconceivable, I say.
Peter Rosen, KSL 5 News.